Sagittarius, how you doing? So we're here to do your April reading. I do apologise if I look scruffy, but we are isolating just like everybody else is. So how you doing, Sagittarius? So let's see, because I'm really trying to focus on your energy, because the first thing that I heard was whir, something about whir or a whirring noise, or we were losing. It feels like that we were losing something, or that we are losing something. Okay, but they keep saying word or words, like we seem to be losing our words or losing our speech, that we don't quite know what to say to someone. I think that you have a big Libra energy decision. It could even be justice, but the Justice Department, but we were losing something. It feels like that we're losing someone or something, okay? But they definitely keep saying were, like were, or words, like words. It seem to be like, I can't seem to write the words, and I can't, yes, that's what they're saying, that I can't seem to find the words in order to say something. I don't think it's physically someone losing their speech. I think that it is a lot to do with a speech that someone wants to say. Okay, they're saying something like something being announced, and it's like, I just can't seem to find the words to speak correctly and put them in a, because they're saying like stranger things and something to do with like a strange manner. And something strange in the neighbourhood that seems to be going on around someone. I'm also picking up like a ghost around somebody, or like this cold feeling around. But I definitely picked that up through a Libra reading of feeling cold. Okay, but there seems to be like, so you might have Libra in your chart or know something to do with those energies. But again, it feels like that we were losing someone, or that we are losing someone, but we can't see. I can't seem to find the words in order to physically find some order. I think that there's something going on around you guys where it's like, I just need some order and I need some quiet time. They're also saying orderly. Now that I've been picking this up so much through the readings, if so, make sure that you watch the All Signs weekly energy update with everything that I've gone through the month, all that kind of stuff, but I will go towards the end. But that I can't seem to find that we were losing some kind of like orderly, like a patient. So if it isn't physical illness patience, it's something to do with like patience, that I'm having to have quite a lot of patience, because I can't seem to find the words in order to say what it is that I want to say to this person. Now, some of you are physically in a battle or a controlling situation with oneself, or also with somebody else, because it feels like that your mind is compromising something, that you just can't seem to, it feels like I can't seem to come to terms or find the words in order to physically like do something or say at the moment. I think that there's a big speech prepared, and that you're preparing something, like it's all being prepared and it's all being done, but it feels like it's not being done. It feels like that there's so much work to do, that it's all been prepared, but have I actually got time to do everything? Because I can't seem to find the words in order to actually say what I really feel and what I really want to say. I think that there is someone in your energy. Now, if you're not finding the words, because I'm hearing like more than words, the song, right, which came up in another reading, but more than words, like there's more than words that I need to say to this person, but I can't physically talk. It feels like that there's so much happening around you that I just physically can't. That's all they keep saying, that a cat. Like I can't seem to find the words in order to physically be able to say something, even though I want to. It's kind of like I want to, and then I don't want to, and then I want to, and then I don't want to, okay? So they're straight away messages. So a lot of what I first heard for you guys was, we seem to be losing our patience. Now, for some of you, whatever you do with work-wise, they're saying whatever you do, I don't, because they're saying that as a statement, like, well, whatever you do, but that's it. There's nothing else. Literally, whatever you do, and then there's nothing. It's kind of like I'm seeing this person writing something, and it's like, okay, I really need to write this thing, and it's like, well, whatever we do, and then like literally, there's nothing there. Like they're literally saying nothing more than that. So it feels like that there's nothing more than words that I can physically find to put down on paper. It's like I'm really trying to say something that I really want to say to somebody, but I can't. Now, if we're relating this to your love life, it feels like that some of them are trying to feel like that they want to write something to you, or they want to put something to you, but they physically can't get past certain amounts of words. It's like, well, I've got the first line, but I can't seem to, it could be Leo, but I can't, because I'm picking up lion, but I can't physically pick up any more lines to say. Some of you, like, you present yourself over to like a channel or to something or to a company or to something, but it feels like that I'm starting to write, but I just can't physically like connect anymore. Like it seems like someone's losing this battle or this connection between figuring out what words mean. Okay, like I just can't put all the words together. There's too many words. Now, if it is struggling to channel, okay, and I went through this in a reading, okay, so some of you are. So if you are interested, the way you do it is that you have to focus on an energy of, say, like a star sign, because it, like if you see that when I do the weekly energy report, because it's such mass energy, it's very difficult to cope in one's mind to focus your energy upon 3 of what we went through with 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so when you have something specific to channel to, you have a channel to and from. Okay, so from a channel that's coming in, which is spirit, which is one, which is also you and everybody. So you go into the Akashic records of where it can be, because you're channeling so many different people. Okay, so you channel from them to you to something. It's a bit like to me, to you, to me, to you, to me, to you. So it has to be 3. From spirit to you as a channeler comes through you towards a specific point of what you're channeling for, if you can't find the words. And it really doesn't matter. Even through speech and stuff, you have to calm the mind. I don't know why I'm like telling people, but you have to calm the mind down first, okay? Because your feelings and everything will flow in tandem. Like when you see that I channel, I think, I'm not sure if people want to hear this, but when you see that I channel, okay, it's because I'm specifically doing it for a star sign or somebody, okay? It has to be a physical element of the magician in order to channel it. So to calm that down, you need to focus on, say, a star sign or a specific point of what you're channeling for or about. It has to be for or against. Some of you are really going through something with a Libra energy, okay? Okay, so we'll come off that one. But that's just for people. I was going to make a separate video for that. But something to do, like I can't seem to find the words and I can't put all of this together. Now, that's the building blocks of life. That's the building blocks of the Tower, 1 in 7 of the relationship. That's the building blocks of astrology. And that is the building blocks of constructing something, like construction. I'm picking up like constructing like music, or like I need to construct, or because I'm seeing like someone doing this and waving stuff about, and it's like, well, I need to like conduct it, but I need to raise it. Some of you are really going through something very a controlling situation with somebody, okay? So obviously you'll get Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So I've got this in my chart and it could be them, and you get into that. So I'm not specifically blaming anyone. What I'm saying is that I feel that a lot of you are being controlled in a manner of something that's locked into place of understanding about confinement, about confiding in oneself, giving it time to settle and relax the energy down so you can find the words in order to speak again. Because it's like that some of us have not spoken in for so long that because it's been so long, I don't know if I actually can reach out now it's been so long. It feels like that there is someone around you. I mean, if you're thinking of it, then it's you. But if it's not, there's an energy around you that's like, well, we haven't spoken for so long now, it's like I don't know how long to leave it, because the timeline seems to be getting longer and longer and longer and longer. So I'm picking up like an accordion or something, right? Okay, accordion or recording something, okay? And it seems to be so long that now I don't know if I can physically do it again, because I'm trying to write the words, but it don't seem to be script. They're saying something about scripting or scripture, like religious stuff and things like that. But trust me, guys, if you're struggling with that, that's the Akashic records. You know, you have to learn to channel your own Akashic records first and connect with yourself. When you can do that, you can connect with someone else's. When you can connect with yours and someone else's, it connects the dots to world Akashic records where you can channel for everybody, okay? Because I'm picking up like connecting the dots together and putting things together and trying to figure it all out, but there seems to be so much on paper that it's like, well, I've got all of this stuff, and I picked that up for another reading, I can't remember which one, but I've got all this stuff to like go through, and that I physically can't put all of the words together. So some of you, right, if it's not like that, there seems to be like a lot of organising of things that have to be done for your work. Now, we'll go back to the original channeled message, because I heard that we seem to be losing our patience. Now, some of you, it's like you're trying to battle what I'm battling, which is like YouTube, and we seem to be losing our clients. For some of you, if it's not YouTube thing, it's really just to do with like we seem to be like losing our clients. Now, some of you work as like an orderly or something to do with like mental health. I'm also picking up people that work for the mental health. for the NHS, that people work for the elderly. There's going to be different Sagittariuses out there that may do this, but for different people, but for patients. And I'm doing it for patients, but I seem to be losing my patients because that we might be, like if you work for the elderly and you have to go into a unit, okay, then you're obviously contracting it through one for another, and then it's like, well, we're losing our patients, and they all seem to be like coming and going and coming and going. So it's something to do with the NHS or patients that are not turning up. Like if you work somewhere, it feels like the patients are just not turning up, or the people are just not turning up anymore, and it's like, well, we seem to be losing our patients with the patients that are not turning up. Okay. There was something else that they briefly started to say to me, and I'm really trying not to stop speaking and to say what that was, but I really can't pick up. It's something to do with, okay, like something coming in and something. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So if you watch or haven't watched, or you want to watch the weekly channeled messages of what I put everything together for people, hopefully, it's in the paper. Okay, so it's like news, it's in the paper, right? The paper spreads, the news spreads, the virus spreads, everything else spreads through the mind of what we read, what we think. We get confused. A lot of you are watching too much of something to try and like figure out what it is, but it's like there's too much, because it feels like that there's too much. Okay, so whatever it is, this news, it's being gathered up in the mind. Okay, now through Catch Me If You Can and messages through that it's in the paper, it's in the mail. It's in the, which is the newspaper, the Mail and the Sun in Britain. So some of you are British or something, okay? But through that, it's in the paper. So it's in the delivery paper service. So it's in the money. So also the virus of what I was saying in that reading, that it comes through the door, which is like paperwork, which is letters, which is like paper, which is like obviously trees, which is like, you know, money. So money, even if it's transacted, it's coming through, because I have to say that to people, because it was in that message, that it's something to do with like it's in the paper, it's in the money, it's in the words. Something's in the words. It's like more than words, but it's in the words. I just need to put all of these words together to figure out what it is, okay? And I think someone's slightly getting confused with the amount of stuff that's there. Well, trust me, that's why I literally just write that. I mean, you possibly can't read that because I can't read my own writing, but it just says, Sag April, we seem to be losing our patience. Screening and screaming patience, which we'll go on to. And that's all I wrote. If I get too many cards out, I can't channel like because it's just too much. It's like too much coming at me, and I'm like, blah, blah. Because I feel like this kind of like an OCD feeling around somebody, around your energy, that it's like, I just can't seem to like speak. It's kind of like, because I keep picking up like this do you know what I'm saying? It's like physically how I feel, and that's how it's coming through as a channeled message to me. It's like I just got, like, there's just too much, it's too much, and I can't physically, like, some of you, right, it might be something to do with like where you're working, right, and where you're working, and it's just that I'm getting so frustrated because it just doesn't seem to be working. And I'm working and I'm working and I'm working and I'm working, but it just doesn't seem to be working. Some of you, this is the battle, and it's coming across as patients that you're dealing with to do with the NHS and all that kind of thing. And it seems to be like I'm losing a fight and battle. Some of you have got big Libra in your chart, or you're dealing with justice in some form or manner, okay? But it seems to be that we just seem to be like losing patience, or I seem to be losing my patience quite a lot around. Some of you, it's because you're physically in isolation, right? But you're physically in isolation with somebody, and it just seems to be, I'm just losing my patience and I'm losing my will to live, because I just can't seem to concentrate. There's too many people around me. And trust me, when you channel, if there's too many people and there's too much chaos for me, I can't physically do it, because I need to like really concentrate. And it feels like I can't concentrate because I don't have the space. I don't have the time or space. Time and space. Hopefully, if you're watching Time and Space, okay, love your work, great. If you're into VSTs and music and all that kind of stuff, Time and Space. If you want to order anything, look it up, Time and Space. It was through the 0G that I put up as music. If you like it, check it out. You might like it. But Time and Space. Time and Space is obviously where you would buy music and stuff like that, right? You get really good deals. It's something like getting deals from something, right? Because I'm hearing like someone's really considering like dodgy dealing, right? Now I don't know who or what or where from, but it feels like, well, I'm considering dodgy dealing, meaning that if it doesn't work this way, I'm willing to try it that way. I don't mean that anyone's specifically being really devious, but it feels like that you do. you analyze so much, it's like, well, if I can't get it this way, then I'm going to have to try and get it that way. And if I can't get it that way either, I'm going to have to try this, and then try this, and try this, and try this. And for some of you, this energy seems to be coming through where it's like, well, no matter what I try or what I do or what I say, I'm not right. Now, that's what's relating this to me through narcissism. If you're going through that with someone, trust me, it won't matter what you say to them. You can say yes, you can say no. They will stir up hysteria around you to make the dramatic scene where you can't think, okay? You can't think straight, because there's not time. Someone doesn't give you time because what they try to invade on is your personal mind space. Your personal space is yours and yours and yours only. And if someone tries to invade on your space, and it's invade space invaders, I'm picking up like space invaders or space invaders or something, invading, like invasion, or equation. It's like, well, I need to work on these equations, or I need to work on like, because I'm picking up like equations, like then there's these equations and there's these numbers, and trust me, someone's going through an awakening, and you do. If you see my old channel, well, I had to shut down. There was 250 videos out there where I put all of my awakenings online, and I was literally talking about a black backdrop and everything else, and that it's being held up by two candles of twin flame. Man, I was seeing some stuff. Right? It was only when I learned to like focus my energy that I could like use this here, yeah, you know, if you look at a punch, right, when it comes straight at you, you can't always see it. When it comes around here, you can. I don't know why I'm coming out with that one. Okay, I'm picking up some kind of like violent behaviour from somebody. Okay, so these can be clients with some kind of like violent behaviour. I'm also picking up on children as well. Some kind of like someone's lashing out at somebody. Okay, I don't know where that's coming from, but again, when you focus, right, you can't see. If you put your hand here, you can't see it because you're looking here. So your peripheral vision has to have direct focus, right? So if you're looking, which is from your third eye out here, it's obviously going to be all around here, which is time and space, and it's like everything else. It's because you're connecting with Akashic records, right? So to gather all of that together, you have to have focus here through one eye, not these. Okay, one eye comes from direct focus. I don't know why I'm giving a lesson to people. I don't know, right? But to do that, you have to calm the mind down. To think straight, think clearly, you look straight ahead. Okay, that's your karma. Straight ahead. So it's right in front of you. Most of the time, people always think about like, you know, you wake up, but what's the first thing that you should really think about, right? Is that you're alive. Okay, is that you're focused forward. Okay. But I don't know where I'm going with that message. But something about also screening, like screening or screaming. Like we're screening people and we're screening people. I don't know why I keep hearing this screaming around someone. Someone has like children or something, or their families that are all in isolation, and they're like all shouting at one another, and their energy is getting really tense. And it's like all I can hear at the moment is screaming and screaming and screaming. And it feels like, Sagittarius, like that someone's screaming in your ear, and you're like, you're looking a bit like a Pisces, like me, and you're kind of like, you know, like, so, really? Right? So you might be going through like a very, very, very testing time because of this coronavirus, where everybody just seems to be, well, you know, family-wise, you can't live with them, you can't live without them, but trust me, when you have to start living with them 24/7, it's like 24/7. I'm also picking up that someone's watching 24 with what's his name? 24, the old series 24. What's his name? The actor in 24. Please leave it below in the comment section. Yeah, who? Kiefer Sutherland. Sorry, Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that one. But something to do with like screaming people and stuff like that, and it just seems to be, everybody just seems to be screaming. Or the universe. Trust me, I feel it. That's why I've been channeling my stuff through music. That's how I quieten my mind down. I focus it on passion, creation, things that I can do that keep my passion, which is your fire, alive. And I'm a water sign, right? But I am Sagittarius in certain parts. But again, to keep that burning, your burning desire is to do what you love. I'm really giving this over to people. But my burning desire to keep your fire alive, because you're like, I'm picking up, as well, through like keeping people alive. Like we need to keep these people alive. Okay, so we'll go on to that one soon. But again, to keep that fire alive, you have to look for passion and creation. Mine is music and videos and visual art and all that sort of stuff. And whether people like it or not, I want people to like it, but I love it when I do it because it gets me like, oh, it just gets me. Every time I hear that music, it gets me, okay? And it gets me where it hurts, which is also why I do emotional music as a Piscean. But I do it from the soul and from the love here, and then it comes out through here, okay? So you connect mind, body and soul through resonance of your soul's tone. Okay, when you can pick up tone and resonance of toning, okay, I'm also hearing that someone is tone deaf, like it's just, like I'm shouting and I'm shouting, it's like you're not, again, white men can't jump, again, you can hear Bobby, but you just can't, you're listening, but you just can't hear it, you know, whatever we said in that one. But it's like I can hear everything, but I just can't seem to write it. I can't seem to write this tune or this music or something. I just can't seem to write this script that needs to be done or said. Now we'll go on to this, like patience, like we seem to be losing people. Some of you, like you really do work in like the health career or something. I also picked up Korea, like Korea, it got picked up in Korea. That's why we went on to like bats and stuff, right? I don't know why I channeled that one, but please watch the weeklies. But again, we're picking up all of these. I'm picking up like a bat. I don't know why, like a bat. Ozzy, are you still watching my channel, bruv? Sharon! Because it feels like someone is just like screaming at someone, and it's like, oh, just will you stop shouting? Will you stop because screaming? Like I keep picking up that what it is that there is a person around you that is controlling. And what they're trying to do is control your thoughts by invasion of your thoughts. Okay, that's where we went in space invasion, but invasion of your thoughts. So the invasion of your private thoughts, if you don't want to say it and someone doesn't like the fact that you don't want to speak or you do, okay, because they don't like it, if they start getting aggressive, that's because they're trying to control what you're thinking and what you're saying. That's an invasion of your personal thoughts. And they don't matter if they're parents or not, or people or whoever. If someone tries to invade on your thoughts, they're planting seeds to make you anxious and to make you wound up. This is a psychic hit of also narcissism and control if you're going through it. It's because someone's invading on someone's thought space, okay? So if you get that, you obviously get hysterical. That's where they get you, because you get hysterical by someone that's making you hysterical because they're asking you questions that you physically don't want to answer, okay? So if they're doing that, then obviously you're suffering through a lot of possible gaslighting or narcissism, where they get you where it hurts, because it can be family that can hurt the most because you can't live or live without them. Okay, so when you go through testing times, if someone's asking a lot of questions that you don't want to answer, it's because someone's trying to invade on your thought space. They're trying to plant seeds into your head to make you believe that, you know, you're not worthy of something, that you're not good enough. Trust me, I get this all of the time. All of the time, even today, you know, even today, gaslighting, it's awful, it's terrible. You know, it doesn't matter what you do or what you say, this person will flip out at a moment's notice because they want to know stuff about other people's lives. And when you don't want to answer, okay, they flip the script really quickly and start blaming you because you walked off and all they're trying to do is talk. And they're trying to tell you that talking, all I'm trying to do is talk. It's like, no, that's not talking, that's invasion of one's private thoughts. That's invasion on something that someone doesn't want to say. So if I've said that 1,000 times, it doesn't work. I'm sorry, I'm giving you all my stuff now. Sorry, this is winding me up. Okay, so, you know, if you are going through that, I'm with you on that one, you know. So, anyway, let's see. So, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, please, for April. So we've got a new deck. So we're going to see how this goes. Okay, they're double-sided cards, they're vice versa, old. Okay, so we just take them as they are. We take them as they are, the Sun. Okay, we take them as they are. So it feels like it is happening also to a sun, okay, to a physical sun, okay. But everything is got to be gone. Everything has to go within this energy. I know it's a great energy, but it has to be released and purged in order for newness. It's like newness, new. I'm picking it up. It's like there is a child involved in it. Okay, but there seems to be this new horizon. Some of you are into VSTs and stuff like that from like time and space. You could even be watching, But Horizon, like Event Horizon. Some of you like PlayStation and stuff like that in Event Horizon, okay? But I haven't played that yet, and I've had it for ages. If you're into PlayStations, but Horizon, like Event Horizon, something's rising, Serum. Also, someone's watching with music, but Arisen, like what was I saying? Rising. I don't know why I'm saying rising. Something's in my rising. Leo is in my rising. Leo rising. Could be a Leo rising. So the person, if you're struggling with them, they could have a Leo rising, maybe. Okay? But again, the sun brings in everything new. So you've got a fresh beginning, you've got a new start, so it's good. There's a lot of family time. If those channel messages are complete poppycock, then take no notice of those, okay? But again, you're at home. You're with family. Okay, so you're with them. So if you are struggling, obviously you're struggling through the sun. So the sun is placed in your chart very prominently at the moment. Okay, so look where your sun is. Mine is in the 4th house. Okay, with Aquarius. Also something to do with an Aquarian. Also with Venus and Mercury. Well, the Cancerian is my Saturn. Let's see. So Sagittarius, Sun rising on Venus. There you are, Sagittarius. So you're there. So there's a blend at home. It's like Brenda is at home. There's a Brenda at home. Okay. So someone could know someone called Brenda and they're at home, or you are called Brenda. Okay. But there's a, you see, there is this energy around you that it's kind of like, well, I'll give you a little piece of this and a little piece of that. Okay, I don't know why I'm picking up on a younger energy. Like, just because I'm picking up like breadcrumbs, I can give you small amounts of something. Okay, so I mean, there's like so much fire here. There's like so much fire in the house. So not physically, but there's so much fire in the house. It's like there's just so much like fire. I'm picking up on like trap beats music, like, because they say that in the music industry. It's like, wow, that's fire, right? Because I'm picking up like the Lord's Prayer or something to do with like church or religion, and it's like, well, we need to like look into religion. Okay, we also need to look into our religious factors. Doreen's here again. But factor, we need to look for a benefactor. We need to look back at Ben, Big Ben also, but we need to look back at Ben, Little Ben. We need to look at Little Ben or Little Britain. Someone's like Little Britain. Someone is going through. Okay, I'm going to say something to do with like a change. Okay, for some of you it's physical, like same-sex relationships. Okay. Some of you, it's like the change, like becoming the change, becoming a woman. Some of you obviously this could be relating to children that are becoming a woman, and it because it feels like I'm becoming something. I'm becoming, and I'm becoming, and I'm becoming. Is someone's definitely coming, right? It's like, well, I'm coming, and I'm coming, and I'm coming. Some of you, your life within that department could well be good at the moment. It's because it's like they're definitely saying that one. But something's going through like a change. It's like, well, I'm going through a change. I'm going through a wardrobe change as well. Someone's in the wardrobe, okay? And they're like, well, I'm going for a change, and I'm going to change all of my clothes to these clothes as well. And then I'm going to put all of my winter clothes up in, someone's isolating themselves, and they're going, okay, well, I'm going to go up into the attic, and I'm going to like put all my clothes up into, I'm really picking up also on the same sex kind of thing as well, okay, guys, or women. But again, I'm going to go up into the closet, and I'm going to put all of my winter clothes up there, and then I'm going to get all of my summer clothes out, and I'm going to try everything on. It feels like, well, I'm just trying on a new suit. I'm actually just trying something new on as well. It's like, well, I'm just going to try, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to try. So some of you physically are trying. It's like, well, I mean, whatever you're doing spiritually, you're trying, and you're fighting the good fight, you know. So it's like, well, we're fighting the good fight also. But I think that you're trying to keep your patience as well at home. It's like, well, I'm just trying to keep my patience. We're all just trying to get on with one another, and it feels like I'm a mother and I'm everything else, so I'm just trying to do my best to keep my patience at home at the moment. Some of you, like, you do patients at home, like, so you work like home therapy. I'm picking up like hypnotherapy or home therapy or something, and it's like, well, all of my patients, I can do them all from at home. So you're doing some kind of like work from home for patients. But again, if you're getting like inpatients, outpatients, and you're doing it from home, whatever that is to do with therapy, if there are patients coming into your home, then you've obviously got to be very careful around cleaner, like a cleaner or something to do with like patients, okay? Because it feels like that we need to burn all of this stuff away as well. Some of you, it could relate to a lot of like hypnotherapy, possibly even like radiotherapy, where you could be doctors and lawyers and stuff like that. I'm also picking up Laura or lawyer or something like that, but a lawyer or solicitor, and that we have inpatients, outpatients, but I seem to be also trying to keep my patients as well. So you're trying to do your best to keep all your patients and to keep up with everything that you're being asked to do, okay? Because it feels like that temperance is being asked by spirit and by yourselves that you're connected with, where you're doing your best to provide a service for someone that is like inpatients and outpatients and inpatients and outpatients. And for some of you, if you're having to go at work, it's to do with patients and clients and like hospitals and stuff, okay? If it isn't, you're getting home patients, okay? But I think that it's slightly compromised by home patients. Like, I'm trying to keep my patients at home, because they definitely said that one. I'm trying to keep all of my patients at home, or in the home, or there's a business called the home. Some of this is like an old people's home, okay? And it's where people go, like a carer, okay? And they go there, and it's like, I'm trying to keep all of my patients in the home, like, all of my patients, they come from this place, and I'm trying to keep them all in this place. Okay, so we're having to clean everything, and we're trying to have patience for our patients because they need us. And because they need us, we're there to support a service for our patients. Okay, and that's general for both of you, but also for the people that are having to go for like caring, and where there are patients that you're going to work for them, which can also be like the elderly that come from like a care home facility. I'm picking up Felicity also, but Flea. I'm also picking up. I've been picking up some people from the universe, like Flea that plays the bass, right? Out of who's that Flea that plays the bass? Can't remember. Please make sure that you Under the Bridge, right? Under the Bridge. I really can't remember. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry. Yeah, man, Under the Bridge. Flea. But again, lonely as I am, together we cry. City of Angels, also the City of Angels, saying the City of Angels, the City of Angels, the City of Angels, lonely as I am, together we cry. Could be a concert, right? So you come up against two. So it's like turning my back on this Libra decision, you know. It feels like, well, if a Libra doesn't make their decision, I mean, you might have Libra in your chart, but for the people that are Sagittarius that are dealing with a Libra, I'm not taking sides. But it feels like, well, I'm just looking for my mum for an answer, because they're looking at the moon. It's like, well, I just need to look for the moon. I need to look for my mum. Some of it's like, well, I need to look for my mum. So this is coming from the children that are looking for you as a mother, if you're cross-watching or have Libra in your chart. But it's like, well, I'm looking for my mum, okay? And I'm looking for, like, to be a mum as well. Some of you, like, you are the mum, and you possibly could have Libra in your chart. 2 doesn't have to mean Libra, but it just means that I'm looking for my mum in order to help me. So some of you, like, you miss your mum and you want to be with your mum. Okay, I'm getting emotional now. My nose is really itching. Some of you, you have like a mum or a nan or someone very important to you that could well be in a care home. Now, obviously, I'm getting a little bit cross with my mum, but I didn't mean it. Someone is getting cross with you as a mum. It's like, well, I'm getting cross as a mum. I'm getting cross as a mum, or I'm like getting crossed with my mum. They're saying I'm getting cross with my mum. But so that's coming from the sun. Okay, but it can be a daughter, but it's coming from the sun, which means family. But I miss my mum. For some of you, like, you miss your mum. Okay, for the people where there might be a facility that you go to visit them into a care home if they are, and it's like, I just miss my mum. Or it's coming from the mum. Something is coming from the mum as well. Let's see. Sagittarius. Because the moon represents the Mother Earth, because it's what gives birth and life to air. Oxygen. Coral reefs gave oxygen bubbles up towards growing grass and trees. It gave life. Without the moon, we wouldn't have oxygen. You know. So, without my mum, I feel, well, 3. So, you've got the High Priestess. You've got the High Priestess. Okay, if you can't see this side, it's this side, but it's in reverse. It feels like I'm turning my back on my mum, or I'm turning my back on them. Sorry, that was in reverse. You know, that I can't deal with it. Some of you, you're finding it very, very difficult to communicate with someone because it feels like that when I talk to them, they turn my back on me and they won't listen. And that's for the people that are going through something very controlling with someone. It's like, I have to turn my back on you because I can't talk to you. So it feels like that when you go down a hallway, or you go in the kitchen, or you go wherever this person is, it feels like I have to turn my back on you and I can't listen to you. Because that when I do try to talk to you, you don't listen. So there's no point as keep trying to argue if you are arguing with someone. And that could possibly be why, you see, the 3 is a Piscean, and it's also a Pisces mum. I think my mum probably has Sagittarius in her chart. Right? But again, it's coming from 3, which is the High Priestess, Hangman 3. Okay? But it's coming from a mother. So that's not all of you. But I'm saying for some of you that are struggling, it's coming from a mum. Okay? And it feels like I have to turn my back on you because we just can't. We get into this 2 and 8. 2. Okay? 2, 8, also Leo. So 2, they could have Libra and also Leo. So I know you might have this in your chart, but it could be coming from a Pisces or a Pisces mum. Okay? They could have Libra in their chart and also Leo. And what did I say? What did I represent them as? Moon, Libra moon, Leo rising. For some of you, it could be a Libra, a Leo rising, but they would be definitely involved in that. In the soul group family would be a Leo for sure. Okay, they would also possibly be compromised by this person. That could be a mum that people are not getting on. That could be involved with a Leo. Okay. And that they can't also, because if you have a mother, which normally people do, right, is that they're in this reading. So if they're in this reading, I just swip it and it's a reading for the mother, okay, that can't make their mind up about family decisions. And because they can't make their mind up, it's confusing an energy of you or somebody, okay, because I have to deal with Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus as well, guys, because people watch it. So, you know, it's like, well, I'm just watching my behaviour. And I can't watch my behaviour all the time because it's my own behaviour. My own behaviour pattern is my own behaviour pattern. And someone gets wound up by their own behaviour pattern. That's why it's confusing to me to pick up. It's because I'm so confused by it that I have to turn my back on my mum here. Or my auntie or someone. But someone that's important to you, but you're going through something controlling. Okay? Because the High Priestess is in reverse, you know, and that's someone that won't budge for love nor money either. You know, the High Priestess doesn't get off her seat. Here, definitely in reverse, she will not change her way. There's something like, well, I will not change my way. Now, if you're watching and you're like, I have the right to not change my way, then you don't have your right to change your way. Okay, but for someone else, they don't get your way. You know, it's like, I don't get the way that you do it, and I don't get, you get in my way. That's what they're saying, guys. People want truth tarot messages. You get in my way. That's what they're saying. That you get in my way, I get in your way. We can't compromise. We can't talk. We get in each other's way. You know. So we live together but separate lives within our, when we go through a cycle. So let's see. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for Sagittarius. For April. So we have to take them up. We have to take it up. We have to pick it up. We have to pick up where we left off. For some of you, this is an extreme burden because it's like, you know, we have to pick it up where we left off. And so what we're picking up where we left off, it seems to be the same. It's just too much for me to carry. It seems to be just too much work or too much effort to put in with someone that you're struggling with to get on the same wavelength at home. 10 is that you're living at home with them, okay, because you're moved to this energy. So there's a Leo energy definitely here, okay, that is within the family. But again, it's like there's, because I possibly keep picking up that this mum or this nan or grandma or someone is involved with a Leo as well, like a cross comparison of energy of Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Okay, because I keep focusing my energy towards saying that. And it's like, you know, we're at home, but I can't see you at the moment. This person can't see where they're going. And it's like, well, I can't see where I'm going with you. I can't see where this is going. For some of you, if you're really struggling with a Pacific love partner or something, it's like, I just can't see where it's going, you know? We don't know where we're going. So why ask me questions if I don't know where I'm going? It's like, some of this is coming through as an energy of like someone asking you, well, where are you going? And they're keeping up on tabs of where you are. And it's like, where are you going? You know, where, because 10 goes out, okay? And it's like, well, I'm going out. And it's like, well, where are you going? And they check up on you to see where you're going and possibly check up to see, like, you know, are you okay? Are you this? That's if you're going through something controlling. And it's like, you know, I don't want you to come over because you ask me where I'm going or what I'm doing or where I've been or what I've said and stuff about my personal life that I don't want to answer to. And it's like, I just don't see where all this is going anywhere because it seems to be such a burden for me to carry, the amount of responsibility on my shoulders about telling you things that you want to know about my life and I don't specifically want to say it, you know. So it's a struggle. It's a struggle, you know. So I know it's 42 minutes, Sagittarius. We've only got 5 cards out. I'm picking up a big 5 energy in your Taurus, but 5, like a life path or a physical, like some sort of a healing year 5 or something. Okay, I don't know why I'm picking up that one, but again, it just seems to be again. Let's do it again. Okay, let's try again. Let's do it again. Let's try. Some of you, this is a pregnancy, and it's like, let's try again. And we want another child, and it's like, I can't see just because it feels like someone doesn't want another child where someone does want another child, and it's like I can't see me being able to like do that anymore because it feels like that we've got kids and that we've already got a family, and it feels like, should we try again? For some of you, if you both want children together, and it's like, should we try again? And it's like, I don't know if I could get pregnant, and it's like, well, should we try again then? Or shall we try something else? Or shall we try like the doctors or something? And shall we look into like cell therapy or something? And it's like, well, you know, shall we try again then? Because it feels like starting over with something that's important to you, not this situation that you might be compromised with. But some of you, it's coming across as, well, shall we try again? You know, shall we try again? Okay, so we are gonna like go over to the other side, and I'll channel some more messages, draw some more cards, and see what comes out for you guys for April. Okay, please make sure you keep up with the channel. Also, I've listed everything in the description in the show more section now, and put them all into categories of your playlists. Okay, so if you go in your playlist, you'll find other videos there too, and they're all listed for playlists that you can go in and find your weeklies, monthlies, and they're all there. Okay, and some of the dots may connect with like March, April, so on and so forth. Okay, but also keep up to date with the weeklies. Like, share, comment, hit the bell. Really does help me out too, guys. Anything you can do to get this out to another channel, I really would appreciate that too. If you want to join, it's $5 over on Patreon. You get the rest of your readings, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, okay, and your partner if you're interested in them. And it's $5. Out of that, I get £2.50 or £3. So I really don't get a lot, okay? So if you want to join it, it's $5. Or reach out for a personal reading, but everything is in the show more section. Okay, Sagittarius, thanks very much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I'll hopefully catch you over on there.